Good morning. This is an interesting new tactic used by the Ukrainians, which has just come to light yesterday. Some of you may be aware of the toys that you can buy for children today. Robots, they're often designed as, and they will talk back to you. I think one of the common ones might be called Ditto, but they've got a voice mimicry ability. There's some hardware and software inside of them. You can push a button, you can say something to them, and then the robot will repeat that back to you. And you can put them into a mode where they will just sit there like that, and they'll say something a few times, and they'll go quiet. And if you then yell out to them, they'll repeat back to you. They look something like this for those of you watching the screen. These are watching, for those who aren't watching, this is a small robot I'm showing. They're about 6 or 8 inches, 10 inches tall maybe. They can roll around on wheels. Some of them, there are all different types, but this is an example of what they look like. So there are reports that Ukrainian frontline troops are using these devices now. They are deploying them in a couple of tactical ways. One of them is that they are positioning them outside their front lines so that if there is an approach, they can use them as some sort of an early warning system. Any noise that's made near them, these things, if they hear it, will then repeat it. Which, as you can imagine, if you're walking through trying to be quiet, you make some noise, that might be it. It might be past if it's a one-time thing. But if that sound is repeated over and over, it's likely to draw someone's attention. The other way that these are reportedly being used is that they are being loaded up with a sound, and loaded up with the sound of gunfire, with machine gun fire. Or then being thrown behind the Russian lines. And I imagine these are probably used primarily at nighttime, thrown behind the lines so that then they repeat the sound of gunfire. So if you're a frontline combatant in a position on the front line at nighttime, there's something triggers you to do you fire your machine gun, and then suddenly repeating from behind you at some close distance is machine gun fire. You may well be distracted enough to think that you are surrounded and being attacked from behind. You may even look to move your offence in that direction, which then puts you at a risk from a real attack from the front. So this use of robots, along with, I'm sure, other similar things as you will have seen on the internet, trail monitor cameras, things like that, will no doubt be being deployed in certain wooded areas so that you can get some advanced warning of sneak attacks at nighttime. More and more, it seems that this conflict in Ukraine is driving war towards a technological edge, with the massive use of drones in this conflict, both aerial drones and unmanned naval sea drones, as we saw yesterday in the successful Ukrainian attack upon a Russian warship in the Novosibirsk port near the Kerch Bridge, where again these were unmanned drones. Admittedly, these ones were much larger units and quite possibly either controlled or given coordinates and information from Western drones, these being the large MQ-9 Reapers and Global Hawk type drones, which were reportedly in the Black Sea around the time of the attacks yesterday. So, I think that we will see more and more further developments in the use of technology, stealth technology, things like this, clever uses of children's toys like this to gain some sort of a tactical advantage on the front line. Hey, thank you. Look, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying it. I'll look to put together another bigger wrap-up of what's been going on, covering off activity in Africa, where there are continued escalations there, and where we have the West in France and the US primarily involved there. Also Wagner forces down in Mali next door to Niger, where the problems seem to be arising. I'll put something together later on today or tonight for that. Look forward to talking to you soon.